So there I was at the start line, getting ready to run the 200 meter. Boom! Went the start gun. I took off as fast as I could, hoping that I would finally break the record that I had been trying to break all year. Finally, 50 meters to the finish line. I kicked it into overdrive and ran with everything in me. Yes, first place. But I didn't know my time and if I had broke the record or not. The anticipation was killing me because the times weren't posted until later that night online. Finally, it was time for the times to be posted. I went online to find out that I had broke the record by 0.1. My time was a 28.4 and the record time was a 28.5. You may not think that there's a lot to know about track, but there is, including different events, what muscles are good for runners to have, and what to wear. First, there are many different events in track to choose from. You just have to find what you're good at and what you like to do. The individual events are the 100 meter, the 200 meter, the 400 meter, the 800 meter, the 1600 meter, and the 3200 meter. The 100 meter is a straightaway on the track. The 200 meter is a straightaway and a curve on the track. And the 400 meter is a whole lap around the track. Now those events are called sprints. Sprints is when you're running as fast as you can the whole entire time until you finish. The other three individual events, which is the 800, which is 2 laps around the track, the 1600, which is a mile, and the 3200, which is 2 miles. Those events are for distance runners. Distance runners are runners that run for long periods of time, pacing themselves. Next, you have group events. Group events are relays. A relay is either you have 4 boys or 4 girls passing a baton to each other for a certain amount of meters. You have the 4x100 meter, which is when each person on your relay is running a 100 meter. And then you have the 4x200 meter, which is each person on your relay is running a 200 meter. And then the 4x400 meter and the 4x800 meter. Last, you have field events. You have hurdles, shot put, disc, long jump, high jump, and pole vault. Hurdles is when you're running over hurdles for a certain amount of meters and you're jumping over a series of them. Shot put is when you are throwing for girls at 8.81 pound ball, and for boys you throw a 12 pound ball as far as you can. Now that's for high school, but you have different types of pounds for the balls that you throw in different grades. Then you have disc. Disc is when you throw/spin a disc as far as you can. Then you have long jump. Long jump is when you are running and then you jump into a sand pit and you're jumping for distance. High jump is when you're jumping over a bar without touching the bar onto a mat and you're jumping for height. And then you have pole vault. Pole vault is when you are getting a running start while you're carrying this pole, and when you get to the mat, you stick your pole into the ground and throw yourself over this bar onto a mat. And those are all the events in track. The second thing that you need to know about track is what muscles are good for runners. Now, for runners, what you need to work out and get stronger is your gluteus maximus, your hamstrings, and your calves. Your gluteus maximus and hamstrings work together to explosively extend your hip joints to as you drive your foot into the ground to propel your body forward. Now, your calves is responsible for your flexible ankle joints, which occurs in takeoff. The last thing to know about track is what to wear. Your uniform in track is a tank top, shorts, and spikes. You don't have to have spikes, but if you don't get them, then you need a good pair of running tennis shoes. The reason why the uniform in track is tank top and shorts is because you don't want your uniform in the way as you're running and moving literally every bone and muscle in your body. And when you're getting spikes, you have different spikes to choose from according to what type of runner you are, which either you're a sprinter or a distance runner. If you don't get spikes, then you need a good pair of lightweight tennis shoes with good soles in them to prevent injury. So now you know a lot more about track and how it works. So maybe you'll join your school's track and field team.